Yo, what up, dudes? Your boy, Robby Rowe here. Another breakdown. Got Shohei Ohtani. I purposely didn't write his first name on here, as you can assume why. I honestly have no idea how to spell it. No disrespect. I don't even know if that's how you spell Ohtani. But anyways, before we dive into this breakdown, remember I'm going to be giving away 5 of my newest ebook, A Complete Guide to Pitching Mechanics. Going to be giving away 5 copies. All you got to do to enter is be a subscriber, so be sure to hit that subscribe button, and then just leave a comment on a series of couple videos that I'll be running out on my YouTube channel towards the end of March. Okay, so what I love about Shohei Ohtani in his delivery is his use of his drive leg. Okay, I've been doing a lot of stuff on drive leg recently, and I really like Ohtani's ability to produce a lot of force into the ground with his drive leg mechanics and store that force throughout his delivery. So we're going to see here on the left, here in the bullpen, getting him at full peak leg lift. You can tell that he's not someone that's going to be accelerating a whole lot forward within his initial move, but what a mechanism that I really like what he does is he coils his hips, right? So he coils his hips upon reaching peak leg lift. You can see this here. You can see how this rear hip is going to get kind of corkscrewed in upon leg lift. Get it going right there. So you see that, how that kind of move works. So this is going to better equip him to load up his drive leg as he descends and stores up energy. Okay, so get him in the peak leg lift. You're going to see that it kind of coils here, and now as he descends, he's going to really load up his drive leg. Okay, now this is my kind of theory with guys that really sink deep into their rear hip, is they're just going to naturally become more, quad dominant, if you will. I don't even know necessarily if it's a quad dominant load in and of itself. I just think, like, if you're going to sink this deep, let's see if I always mess this one particular tool up, but let's see if we can get this right. Oh, nice. So if you're going to sink as deep as Ohtani does here, or like a Yu Darvish, if you're going to sink this deep, I think just naturally what you're going to see is this knee position kind of shoot forward. Okay. So now as he goes, he does a really good job of absorbing and storing a lot of energy, and then gets that thing going. So this is where you see a lot of guys, it's kind of a misconception in regards to, some of the stuff that I do with accelerators and drivers. If you're going to be a driver, you're obviously going to be relying upon force, right? So force times acceleration is velocity. You're going to be relying upon the force you put into the ground. But what people don't understand is that if you're efficient with your hips and the continuously sinking of your hips throughout the entirety of your drive phase, you're going to naturally be able to pick up your acceleration. Okay, so you're going to really see it over here on this video of Ohtani, how he continuously sinks. Okay, so watch the angle. So we start here, get him there, then we get him here, boom, and then we get him here. So he's continuously sinking of the hips is giving him added acceleration throughout his entire drive phase. So not only is he producing a lot of force into the ground by loading up his drive leg, but he's also going to be accelerating at a pretty good rate just by the way of efficient hip rotation mechanics and using his hips. Okay, so now we take him in. He does a really cool thing here, what I call it, like ankle eversion. Guys, you can just look at that as a byproduct of efficient loading pattern. Typically what I see in terms of quad dominant versus hip hinge guys is guys that load up the hip via a hip hinge movement are better equipped to pull off more of an ankle eversion just because of their back knee direction. I think this video over here is going to be skewed a little bit because of the angle. Now if this was right behind like center field angle, I think this would be a little bit more linear towards home plate. But what you're going to see is he holds the ground for a long duration of time entering his drive phase, and then everts his ankle instead of the heel of his foot having to come up. So you're going to see that here as well. See how he kind of everts that instead of this guy coming up. Like if we compared him like with a Walker Buehler doesn't have ankle eversion, so he's going to actually have to come up on his heel. I did a breakdown of Charlie Morton, who does very similar things with him. But I just love this posture right here, right? Really good hip internal rotation. Let's see this. I guess you can't see it, about 15 degrees. And he's just putting himself into a really good posture here. And then, you know, a lot of people ask me why certain guys get hurt. This could be a reason. Okay, we're going to notice at full, as soon as he touches down here, where's he at? Right, a little bit outside 90. It's not something I teach. I think he could do a lot better job here if he matches the posture of his glove side. But you can notice as he really takes on full force of the lead leg, we get cleaned up here a lot better. So right there. Good glove side. Good decel. Let's see. He's another good example of guys that come to me asking about like the knee posture on the lead leg block and if it's an efficient block or not. Again, when it comes to the lead leg block, he's at full anchor point here. And what I mean by full anchor point is he's taking on force now within his lead leg. You can see, you know, if we had a better video quality, obviously the calf would be contracting. There's muscle engagement, recruitment in the lead leg. Now all we're looking at is making sure that this knee doesn't move past that line. Okay, now it doesn't, but it also, he doesn't shoot into knee extension. Right, a lot of people ask about like the knee extension. They want that thing to shoot and be basically a linear progression like that with the lead leg. I say it's an efficient lead leg block. He's not really leaking a whole lot of energy. I think something that you could look at too in terms of the lead leg block is he getting that rear hip into rotation? It's always kind of tricky with guys that can ankle evert because you typically look at the back foot posture at anchor point to see where that rear hip is in space. A little bit tougher with Ohtani. Same with like a guy like Bauer who's really good with ankle eversion. But if we had a video that was like straight behind or straight forward in front of Ohtani, we have a little bit better job or better opportunity to look at these things. A little bit of flexion here, not terrible. And I think what limits his, and this is what's fascinating, is the guy throws 100. And I think something that limits his external rotation layback is this outside 90, because now we can see him getting into external rotation, not a whole lot. Now obviously the frames are kind of jacked up, but maybe that's something to look for. I'm going to try to shoot to get a little bit better quality videos of Ohtani. But a couple things I love about his delivery. Obviously the way he loads up his drive leg. You see a lot of commonalities with guys that throw hard. Efficient drive leg mechanics helping aid in that is their ability to kind of counter rotate this trunk over this rear hip to load that up a little bit better, keeping that front foot closed, and then we can see the snap of the pelvis. So as soon as this guy shoots, this guy's going to climb up, this guy's going to open up. We're going to all see that right here. Wham. Love that. And the mechanism of his glove side is interesting because it looks like outside looking in, it folds his glove side. But his trunk is going to get his glove side. The camera's moving. Go get that glove side. Accelerate that trunk forward, which is going to accelerate your arm into that slot. All right. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't. We're going to be giving away this ebook. It's going to be a freaking unreal ebook. I'm already on page 75 and just started talking about the drive leg mechanics. So be sure to hit the subscribe button. Throw a comment on the videos to come. I'll be sure to include in the video, in the commentary of the video, like, hey, drop a comment below, and I'm going to give away 5 free copies of the ebook. So be on the lookout for that. Until next time, your boy's out. Love you. God bless. Talk to you guys later. See ya.